I've never been blessed
Just cruising.
to have bosses who care. Bosses who care.
Just cruising.
From the sport marshal. He's been spoiling us since the Christmas day here.
Cruising.
I'm telling you,
Cruising.
to some amazing fans we've got out there who keep pouring out love. Bam Bam and I, we've been enjoying since morning. A lot of beautiful things. From people who are just sharing love and enjoying the season together. Welcoming you to the year 2026 on a beautiful note. The year I believe you and I have been waiting for. This year is loaded with a lot of beautiful things.
Just cruising.
For those of us entering this year with our leg wagon, we're coming out, of course.
Cruising. Just cruising. Just cruising.
We're the best of the best. Sport car coming into the year, coming out of the year 2026. There is car and there is car. You say what you want. You know how we do it on a cruise. We just make sure you enjoy the evening. Here's a Breast Drive Time show.
Just cruising.
When it comes to, making your evening cool and cozy.
Just cruising.
You'll get all the enjoyment, all the vibes right here on Melody 100.7 FM. Sport Bam Bam. The man with many shaylas. He has a new brother now. He has got a new brother right now. This one, we are still removing the nylon from his body. Chenroba. I won't call them that name. Of course, it's safe to call them. They are the OSHOMO. Or show something.
Just
I don't know. You're the one saying it.
cruising.
I've got a career to protect.
Cruising.
But Bam Bam, of course, the year 2026 has started on a very good note for you. I've seen you everywhere today.
Everywhere. I've been in my office.
Get to see Mike.
I've been in my office since morning. I don't know what you're talking about. And I've just been walking. Nothing special. I don't know what you're trying to say with.
But this is
the
a new
ladies'
year.
thing.
One thing you should not be doing coming into New Year is lying, especially on hair.
What do you mean
Just
by-
tell people you've been having a
What do
great
you mean by
day.
lying?
You've been having a great day.
I've
People
been
have been showing you love.
Who and who?
Bam Bam. Have you not been shown love today?
I've been shown love.
Both
yes.
from men and women alike.
From men.
Empathy on the women.
From men, not women.
Oh, really?
Yes.
No, really?
I've gotten food from Finest. I got from the general manager. Nothing
Okay.
from the ladies. So I don't know what you're saying.
Whoa. Did somebody not update you now?
Ooh.
Is that just a mwah? I know how it's going for you. I'm your brother and I know how it's going for you. Bam Bam, that guy, watch out for him. It's safe to say, when Bam Bam enters your street, just carry all your ladies into a hair.
I don't know
so
what
you
you're
won't run out of them.
I don't know what you're saying.
But of course, you've got a brother now. You've got a brother who can actually help you navigate the streets better on that angle.
We are going to be tweeting.
Amarawa. He's giving him the hand again. He's giving him the sign. This is the sign, right? We meet where we meet. Don't worry now. Even now, you will soon know why he was given that name. All right, you welcome to Melody 100.7 FM. This is the Cruise Show, the best drive time show you'll get anywhere. My name is Daniel Adeyemi. Your sports here is welcoming you to the year 2026, and I've got with me here.
Good evening, Daniel. Good evening to all our listeners out there. It's nice to be here today, 2026, the first day. I mean, I feel so happy to be alive to see 2026.
Sorry, were you praying?
Just this morning, I said it that somebody I know personally lost his life overnight, and it just it's just really, really sad. And that's how some people would not face 2026. It's nice to be on the program today. Happy New Year
Grateful
to all
for life.
Grateful for life, yeah, definitely. Happy New Year to all the listeners out there. I mean, your intro, you mentioned the general manager and also everybody.
You can't hide such these beautiful things we've been enjoing here.
Exactly. It's Christmas
This
Day.
one no be PR. This one not real.
I have to even spill it out. Christmas Day, I had two.
Don't go into details. Just tell them Christmas Day was a treat.
Yes,
and the first of the year a treat.
You've got
There are times you're at work on days like this and you're like, come on, I'm at work and it's so bored. It's all about work. But here,
we didn't feel anything.
I
We
think the
enjoyed
name speak
ourselves.
for it. The name of the station speak for itself. Melody.
Melodious.
It has to be melodious anyway. It has to be melodious. So you've got a word for general manager?
Just keep doing your thing.
He said, just keep doing your thing. Like, Mashilo, Bushishi, Utewa Loro.
Easy.
Ma Basherelo, Enyola, Ma Basherelo. All right, that's the spirit, right? And of course, we must give it to amazing people who've been making our, of course, day this since the morning. I can't remember, since morning from how many places I've gotten beautiful things. But, we can go on to talk about that and many more, but we've got the real business to go into. You know how we do it on the cruise show. The first segment, of course, is sport, and the second segment is entertainment. Bam Bam is loaded with the New Year entertainment, right? Tell them, give them a glimpse.
Let's talk about sports first. Sport is number one.
You like to keep it cool for them.
Is 7 to 8 p.m. So let's take it.
But you're like ready to go.
Definitely. I mean, it's New Year, new jams.
Jams.
Fire.
The man with the jams. But it's been actually lonely for you on the show. You don't come with your Sheilas again.
I mean, I miss them.
Remember when you used to have two? What happened with you and them?
That's one
Life
thing about
happens.
Yeah, definitely. One left me.
Then
the
you were
other-
surviving with one.
Yeah, then the other left me. And heading to the new year, it is what it is. I have to look for something.
So it's one of your New Year's he wish now. Then.
Definitely. I need them.
Sheilas.
I love them.
Well, thank God this thing is recorded, so we'll come back to it tomorrow. In case you're saying anything about women, we'll play them for you. Of course, I love them as well, and not like finance that we say you love a particular part of it. I don't want to go into that.
I love
Well. Of course, let's go right into where we call the sports segment on the cruise show. I'm yours again, once again, Daniel Adeyemi. We're back after this time.
Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising. way to Zambia, Zimbabwe, Africa all the way, Africa all the way. Mama Africa, Mama Africa.
From deep and out. That's a smashing ball, it's Martins!
Chelsea, Liobo, good goal.
And it's pushed out to the bow!
In cover Odesi.
Sensational! What a wonderful finish!
That is the most embarrassing own goal.
Oh, what a goal! That's something out of nothing! He struck it sweetly, and does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff.
Here we go. 2026, here we go. Let's go straight right into a lot of stories we've got today. Let's start from, of course, Nigeria. Here, the sporting calendar for the year 2026 has already been rolled out. Yes, 2026 sporting calendar for Nigeria is what I'll be giving to you for this evening as Nigeria prepares for a historic year. Yes, of course, from the carnival of the festivities in the Kingdom of Morocco through the global glare of the Commonwealth Games in the United Kingdom and back to the cold city of Enugu. I'll give you a preview of monthly guide to Nigeria's sporting journey for 2026. As the dust settles in the frantic 2025 national sport enthusiast, Nigerian sports enthusiasts are peering into the horizon of 2026 with a cocktail of emotions, finding themselves at the crossroad of the historic opportunity and high-stakes drama. It is a year that promises a potential for fourth continental crown, for the first ever Olympic and, of course, first ever Olympic event on African soil. A redemption arc for the nation's track and field stars. So while the summer may be missing the Super Eagles on the world stage in North America, the sheer volume of the elite Nigerian talent across disciplines ensures that the 2026 will be one of the busiest and the most significant years in the country's sporting history. Well, of course, you know, for 2026, the action already began since 2025. Talk about sporting actions. Don't forget, from the 24th of December 2025, we started the African Cup of Nations in Morocco, and that will go on until January 18, 2026. So the year transition with a big one, AFCON 2025, which kick off in December and will effectively set the emotional and competitive tone for the Nigerian sport at the turn of the year. As Africa's biggest sporting showpiece, the tournament remains unmatched in the scale of passion and, of course, continental relevance, drawing together the best players and, of course, coaches across African football. So for Nigeria, the tournament carries unfinished business. The Super Eagles reached the final of the last edition and only to fall at the final, although a defeat that lingered long after the final whistle, entering the later stages of the tournament in January. Nigeria's ambition, of course, is unambiguous to go one step further and reclaim the continental crown under the tactical guidance of Eric Shekusheo, who has guided them past the group stage and to the second round. And in the month of February of this year, For Nigeria, it will be Winter Olympic Games, and that one will be hosted in Milan and Cortina in Italy right there, and that game will start right there from the 6th of February to the 22nd of February. The Winter Olympic Games remain one of the unconventional yet symbolical important fixtures in Nigeria's sporting horizon. While Nigeria is known for deep-rooted winter sport tradition, it's a gradual entry into the Winter Olympic movement. And let me take you straight into the month of still February, where African Badminton Championship. Nigeria will also be participating in that in Botswana. And that will kickstart from, of course, February 9th to 15th of February. And by March, the Women African Cup of Nations, WAFCON, will kickstart again in Morocco from March 17th to April the 3rd. Don't forget that WAFCON occupies a special place in Nigeria's sporting identity as the most successful national team in the tournament history. And of course, still in March, Nigeria will also participate in the World Athletics Indoor Championship in Poland. And that will be from March 20 to March 22nd. And in the month of April, Nigeria will be participating in the World Table Tennis Championship right there in England from April 28 to May 10, 2026. And still in the month of May, Nigeria will also participate in the World Athletic Relays. And that will be in Botswana from the 3rd of May. And still in the month of May, African, of course, Athletics Championship will be hosted in Accra, Ghana. And Nigeria will also be part of that. And in the month of July, from the 23rd to August 2nd, the Commonwealth Games remain, of course, a fertile ground for Nigeria's success historically. And Nigeria has consistently delivered medals across athletic, boxing, and wrestling, and even weightlifting. So the 2026 Games in the United Kingdom will once again see Nigeria target a strong medal haul, using the competition as both performance platform and a developmental opportunity for emerging athletes. And in August, it will be Under 20 World Athletics Championship in Oregon, United States. Nigeria will also be participating in that. That will be from August 5th to 9th of August. And from, of course, 17th to 23rd of August, it will be World BWFF World Championship in New Delhi, right there in England. And by September, it will be National Sport Festival. So that will be hosted, of course, in Enugu. The NSF remains a bedrock of Nigeria's sport development, often described as the Nigeria's Olympic. It continues to unearth talent and, of course, foster interstate competition. And now the 2026 edition, tentatively scheduled for September in Enugu, arrives at the critical moment, offering a platform to reset grassroots structures and identify athletes capable of transitioning to international success. And by September 4 to 13, the FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup in Germany, where the Tigress, the defending champion of the continental African continent, will go, of course, to the global stage to test their capacity. And still September, it will be World Athletic Ultimate Championship in Budapest, right there in Hungary, from September 11 to 13 of September. I'm just giving you a quick rundown of all the sporting calendar for Nigeria this year. Under 20 FIBA Women's World Cup is also scheduled for September 5th to 27th of September 2026, right there in Poland. And in October, it will be Summer Youth Olympics in Dakar, Senegal. That will be from October 31st to 13th of November. And by October, November, the FIBA Under 17 Women World Cup in Morocco will kickstart. And come November 3rd to 27th, it will be FIBA Under 17 World Cup right there in Qatar. Well, that will be all now so far about the sporting calendar for Nigeria come 2026. Bamba, you've had a little bit of rundown of this. Which one do you expect Nigeria to actually make a shine on this year?
Well, listening to all of the things you mentioned, the calendar, Nigeria, we are heading to one of the busiest and most decisive sporting years in a decade. Currently, the Super Eagles have qualified to the round of 16. So let's start from January, and they would be playing Mozambique, I guess, and in the round of 16. So it goes on to show that we are in the AFCON currently, global athletics, because you mentioned athletics, boxing, table tennis, badminton, the African Championship, also heading to Olympic, the Winter Olympic, then straight to basketball, and a couple of other stories. The Sport Festival also. So it's loaded, packed. So it's not just in Nigeria because there's the National Sports Festival. We also have a Continental. We have African Games, a couple of other games. So I will be looking at the Super Falcons, first of all. They are going to be squaring it up again in Morocco. Last year they did it, winning the 10th WAFCON. And Nigerians praised them so much, neglecting the Super Eagles of Nigeria because they were not able to win the AFCON of that particular 2023/2024. Yes, where they lost to Ivory Coast in the final. So definitely the Super Falcons, hopefully they can go on to win it this time, making it their 11th. That's one of the segments in this year that I'm looking out for. Yes, the Super Falcons of Nigeria, and also the D Tigers too. After winning the AfroBasket, now they are heading to
the global stage.
Yes, the World Cup, where they would be facing. I remember what they did at the Olympics. They got to the round of 16, knocked out by USA. So this is the World Cup, which is different from the Olympics, but somehow the same thing right there. So another team to be looking out for, and definitely the Sport Festival, because it talks about Nigeria itself. The last one, Ogo State, I wouldn't want to say it was bad, but there were a lot of complaints.
Yeah, and the way it ended, the accidents and everything, kind of put a very dent
on how everything happened. Right there, athletes complaining about security, talking about
some front protest for payment.
Even the Ogun State athletes that hosted. So a lot of things needs to change. So hence why I said is one of the most decisive moments for Nigeria. And at the latter part of 2025, we started to see complaints, not even generally in sports, from the NFF. We see so many people talk about
the NFF, the NSC,
definitely bringing them out, and a couple of other things right there. So this year, I guess Nigeria, we need to change many things. We've seen how Morocco were able to take the major part of 2025, winning almost all the competitions that they participated in. So I'm looking out for Nigeria this year. Definitely, they must have learned the lessons of 2025 and heading to 2026. Hopefully, we are expecting a bigger and better Nigeria when it comes to sport. Right there.
Well, I like the way you've actually brought it out. You mentioned the AfroBasket, you mentioned the WAFCON, the HAFCON. Those are key things that we believe that if we can able to get these goals in, even though we know that it's going to take a lot of miracle for the women to go to the global stage and win the
AfroBasket.
It's going to be a lot of miracle. But never say never. Anything can still happen. So now let's go from there and let's go straight right into AFCON. A lot of things been happening. Some things got kicked off. We can't say got kicked out. The performance showed that they are not good enough for the next round of 16. The likes of Gabon, Angola, and the likes of others. But for Gabon, the moment they get kicked out, the FA is saying, you know what? In fact, it's not just the FA. They demolished the technical crew, the players, everybody to your father's house. We don't want you to come to this country. In fact, Premier Aubameyang went straight to Marseille.
Yeah.
And the rest of others, they said, we don't want you around here. Just go away. Is this how to take it?
One thing in Africa is they suspended the manager and other technical staffs. In Europe, they will sack.
Yeah.
In Africa and in Nigeria, we've seen
it's all overhaul. Everybody go.
It's not even overhaul. They suspend. And it gets me worried. You suspend and you bring somebody in. What does it mean? Does it mean that at some point when you
without a definite decision yet?
So what do you mean by suspension? If you want the coach to go, let him go. Fire him. You understand? Just like Enzo Maresca and Chelsea, although we are getting to that one, you know, in Europe, it's straight. We want you out of the club, you're out. We pay you off and you're gone. But in Africa, you get to see suspend. But looking at the run of Gabon, honestly speaking, they lost to Cameroon in their first game against Mozambique, against Ivory Coast yesterday.
That was close. They were in charge of the game, 2 goals lead.
And then all of a sudden, in 2 minutes, about 6 or 8 minutes, they lost it to Ivory Coast. 3-2. He ended. And against Mozambique, Mozambique also defeated Gabon.
That was the one game that actually got the nation really filmed.
Exactly, and they're going to be facing the Super Eagles. They will go chop them. But
you believe Mozambique will chop them?
Well, looking at the run of Gabon over the years, in their first quarter-final appearance was in 1996, and subsequently in 2012. That was the next time they got to the quarterfinals. And their round of 16 appearance was in 2021. Okay. I am wondering why the management of Gabon, maybe they are expecting so much from this Gabon side. Over the years, they've not been brilliant. The last AFCON, Gabon did not qualify. So, are they expecting this crop of players, the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, Lemina, to go on to the round of 16 or quarterfinals? In the past years, you know, when you talk about AFCON top countries like Egypt, Nigeria, I understand with you when you're sacking everybody, when you're going very, very hard on the players because they have the pedigree. For Egypt, they've won it 7 times. For Nigeria, they've won it 3 times. For the likes of Algeria, they've won it before. But Gabon, it's not like they are a major top side. I guess the Gabon side gave them high hopes in the World Cup qualifiers, where they were dismantled by Nigeria 4-1, and maybe they felt like the AFCON could redeem the club, the country again. So the guys did not put up a top performance. But generally speaking, when you look at the group, you say Ivory Coast will qualify, definitely. Cameroon will qualify. Maybe the third team right there is Gabon. So ordinarily, I don't expect so much from them. I'm not surprised that they got out in that manner. The FA or the government, because the FA was also dismantled. So everybody, maybe they are probably just not happy with the whole situation.
But is that not too much? Like, come on. If they will say, you don't throw a baby away with a basin.
Lemina is getting old. Aubameyang is about 37, 38 years. Probably his last AFCON.
But will they send a very good message to the guys who are coming through the rank to come and represent the country one day? Knowing fully well that the country doesn't know how to handle defeat.
It's not about hardly defeat. I think they're just trying to do a major overhaul.
Okay. Are they going to sign new players?
No, they have other players now. They might decide on
I think they're under 17 to the team.
Or they might decide on using their other team. What do they call it? Continental team, like the ones that they play in their home-based team. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Let's see how it pans out. But it is what it is to Gabon, and it's all the best to the likes of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He should be calling it a quit.
Yeah,
he cannot win the AFCON with Gabon. He can't go on to the World Cup and win anything.
But it's actually been a good run.
Yeah, it's the highest goal scorer in terms of their history. So he has done well for himself. I think that's the best he can do for Gabon. Anything else? Nothing.
All right, there's something people want us to talk about. In fact, on Facebook, they're already dragging it left, right, and center. In the wake up today, where we're saying Happy New Year, Happy New Year, Happy New Year, some people were handed sack letter, or should I say some people were putting their resignation letter on the table. And that's the case between Chelsea and their manager, Enzo Maresca. All of a sudden, the world champion and their manager are suddenly saying, you know what? This relationship is over. Early breakfast between Chelsea and Enzo Maresca. I mean, what do you make of that decision? We still, the feeling we are getting is that it was Enzo Maresca who said, you know what? He can no longer continue under these conditions. Okay. And then the club agreed with him. So it's called parting ways under mutual agreement.
Yeah, mutual consent.
Both agreed that, okay, at this point, he can't go forward anymore. And in this kind of situation, it doesn't get any money. Because if he was fired, he would get money. Now he's not fired, he doesn't get any compensation. Does that speak that there's actually something that guy can't cope about in Chelsea? And what do you make of this Chelsea decision at this point of the season? Or should you say, at this point in their project?
Well, honestly speaking, when I got the news, in fact, when you ran to tell me that they've sacked him, because
who ran to tell you?
You know that I was very, very surprised, because I never believed that Chelsea Football Club will let a manager like Enzo Maresca leave the club. After 92 games in all competition, 55 wins, 16 draws, and 21 losses. I am really, really shocked. In 18 months, this man managed to bring 2 titles, the UEFA Conference League and also the FIFA Club World Cup. Now, the Conference League, that's aside, but the FIFA Club World Cup, for me, that's last year, maybe apart from the likes of the Champions League, it was a competition that brought about different countries.
Yeah.
We had teams from Africa, we had teams from South America.
It's just
We
World
had-
Cup.
You understand? World Cup formats, definitely. Different teams coming on board. And Chelsea, for me, wasn't the favorite. And this man went to win the FIFA Club World Cup. And I think that moment alone defines Enzo Maresca and what he can do as a manager.
But he didn't actually have a good season if we look at it overall.
What do you mean by good season?
He finished in the Premier League. He finished in the 4th place in the Premier League.
Okay.
And that didn't happen until the last day
Okay.
of the season. For most part of the season, Chelsea didn't know where they were going to be. At the beginning of the season, Chelsea fans were happy that they were challenging for the Premier League. It's about December like this that they start losing to likes of Fulham, Ipswich, and everything go haywire for them. Now, towards the end of the season was when they start getting those wins against Aston Villa, Nottingham Forest, and all of a sudden they finish in the 4th place. So the redemption for him last season was winning the Conference League and the World Club Cup. So there are still Chelsea fans that are like, and so what? We've had managers who've done that in the past. The likes of Thomas Tuchel also came under 6 months, won the Champions League for the club and the Club World Cup for the club. I mean, the Continental,
World Cup,
yeah, for the club then. So nobody today. Chelsea fans are saying nobody today to know how to win club competition. He hasn't actually done more changes around the house. Did you agree with this?
See,
Or do you feel Chelsea have made a
top managers, even when they come to a club, they struggle. For Pep Guardiola, before we started to see him win Premier League, it didn't just happen.
But the signs were there. He was making headway every year.
So there are no signs. See,
This one, there is no consistency. Chelsea win today, lose 2 games, and win again.
that's currently who says they cannot qualify. See, in the Premier League, if you
Under Enzo Maresca, have you ever seen a Chelsea go win in the Premier League like 7 games in a row or 8 games? Like Aston Villa just lost 1 in 11 games in a row.
Let me tell you something. Last season, you said they managed to qualify for the Champions League. That's 4th position. See, in the Premier League, if you are first, you are the winner.
Okay.
The rest of them battle for 2, 3, 4. At some point, even Arsenal, they were
The
losing.
second
points.
place is safe to call the second place a title challenger.
You can't title what?
Challenger.
You are not
challenge.
winning anything.
Only last season that Arsenal didn't get a challenge.
You are
very
not
well.
winning
But
any-
if you wait till the final day before the winner is decided, then you are a very strong challenger, contender.
Even Arsenal at some point, they were getting sloppy. In fact, they had to cement their place. 3 or 4 games to go in the Premier League. The signs were there. Chelsea Football Club was even really, really close to Arsenal. It wasn't like previous season where they were really, really close to Man City, maybe 8 point different, 1 point different. Last season, when they knew that they had lost the Premier League title, they lost it totally. They were losing games too. See, 2, 3, 4 for me in the Premier League. If you are among that spot, you are considered the same thing. Premier League winners on top. 2, 3, 4, you qualify for Champions League. That's the next thing. So he didn't have a bad season. You know, Chelsea fans.
But he's having a bad season currently.
It doesn't mean that the season is not over.
Now, okay.
Liverpool currently, they are not having the best of season, definitely. And I've always said it that, and people have always said it that. What's the name of this man? Ancelotti shouldn't be sacked because he had a good run last season. He won the Premier League. So why do you feel like right now you have to sack a manager? All of these teams have undergone different stages. Man City too, at some point, they were sluggish. Liverpool, they're sluggish. Manchester United, although they were really poor last season, they're sluggish. Arsenal Football Club are the team that maybe peradventure have been able to do well at the end of the day, but they've lost games too. So it's not been rosy. And ever since he made that statement against Everton, when he won against Everton, that this last 48 hours has been the worst. You see, the psychology comes in there. We don't even know what happens there. We don't know who is frustrating him. Okay. For a manager to pen down and say he's leaving by mutual consent, sometimes we used to see sack, we used to see fire, but this one mutual, he honestly agreed to it. So it goes to show that there's frustration, and when there's frustration within the hierarchy of the team towards the coach, the players, it tends to frustrate the team generally. So for Enzo Maresca, I wouldn't say definitely Chelsea fans will miss him. FIFA Club World Cup is enough to prove that, for me, he is on the verge of taking Chelsea to El Dorado. Who says Chelsea can? Chelsea's
all right.
They have a young squad.
you made mention of the comment against Everton after the Everton game. I'm going to play the comment now so the people at home can hear it. And after which, you're going to tell me if as an employee, as an employer, you would like an employee of yours to go out and say something like that when you're just trying, to do the best thing for your own, investment or whatever have you. Now, this is the voice, of course, Enzo Maresca. This is the very statement that started the trouble for him at Chelsea. Enzo Maresca now.
In the club, the last 48 hours has been the worst 48 hours since I joined the club, because many people didn't support us. So very happy for Malo in that moment, that the effort from Malo, from the rest, showed that they are all there and they want to help this club.
What do you mean in terms of the not people supporting you the last 48 hours?
Worst 48 hours since I joined the club, because people didn't support me and the team. In general.
Now, if you're going to come at your boss, because that's what they are, the owners of the club, you should have a better way of approaching them, of expressing your displeasure in whatever it is they are doing that you don't like.
Daniel, you're already doing the job of interpreting it.
No.
I never just said that.
That was what this meant.
How do you
they
know?
ask him, what did you mean they don't support you? Are you talking about the fans? Okay. I'll let you get the rest of the clip, because I was actually waiting for you to say that. Now, this is the rest of the message they don't support us.
I love the fans and we are very happy with the fans.
So he said he loved the fans and is very happy with the fans. So the support is not about the fans. It's about the owners. It's about the guys in the glass house who are making the real decision. All of a sudden, they are saying there are three reasons why Enzo Maresca got fired. Reason number one, the recent poor of results. The recent poor runs of results. Number two is the broken relationship between him and the owners of the club. And number three, of course, is the link with other clubs. Not only the rumor in the media, but the way they've actually found him, in situation that looks like he's already talking with other clubs, like trying to look at what are his options if he's going to get a job. Specifically, he's going to get a job at Manchester City. And since that his dismissal has been announced, we've been hearing report that he's in pole position to replace Pep Guardiola should it be over for him at Manchester City.
Honestly speaking, I listened to that particular clip over and over again, and I don't think he made any mistake.
Okay, what do you think he was talking about?
You didn't see before that game.
Yeah.
Yes, he played Atalanta. They lost 2-1 against Bournemouth. He played a 0-0 draw. Against Leeds, he lost that game, 3-1. And Chelsea against Arsenal. Before that game, he had a 1-1 draw. See, fans will always come at you, definitely.
It's not fans. He didn't say it's not fans.
He said, I love the fans.
He said, I love the jazz. If it was the fans.
Why do you feel like it doesn't see?
Because now, I will still play you a follow-up, because it was given a second chance. But America was given a second chance to debunk that statement. And he went forward to say, I said what I said. Do you want me to interpret it for you in Portuguese?
See, Daniel.
Or in Italy? That was what he said. I said what I said. He said, was he talking about the owners? He said, I said what I said. Did you want me to interpret it for you in Portuguese?
Now the one, you see.
So he wasn't talking to the fans. Managers don't talk to fans like that.
See.
That's cheeky, and everyone sees that he was getting at the owners.
What I'm just going to say.
We are going to read the comment on Facebook, but let me hear you.
Let's see. What I'm going to say is, in that before the game against Everton, 4 games. 2, or let me say 3 very important games. The one against Atalanta, the one against Arsenal, because
Bournemouth, Leeds United.
Yes, because previously they played a game. The game before Arsenal, they defeated Barcelona. They played against Burnley. They played against Wolves. They were having a fantastic. Karabakh, they played a 2-2 draw. Before then, they had Tottenham Hotspur, where they won it. So before then, it was consistent winning. Then immediately,
but not really that consistent, like 7 games winning in a row. Yeah. Not like all in the Premier League. There were wins in the Premier League. There were no consistent wins in the Premier League. There were draw. There were wins and wins and wins and draw.
Back-to-back 5 wins.
In the Premier League, not in the Premier League.
Yeah, against Karabakh, that was the
exactly what I'm saying.
That was the only.
He has not had 5 games in a row in the Premier League.
He
this
had
season.
5 games
in a row in the Premier League.
He had 5 games.
He has not had 5 games in a row in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, he had 4 in a row.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The other game was cup game.
And it was the moment he won that game against Everton that he came out to make this statement. He felt like that win was a bragging right for him. The time to get back at the owners or whoever he was talking to.
That's the thing. We don't know
Oh,
for
come
sure.
on.
We don't know. That's no. Honestly speaking,
Now,
that's the main way. That's a best way of answering question. Now, trying to judge Salah's when Salah was asked that particular question that he said somebody in the club is throwing me under the bus. He has speculated that somebody in the club is throwing him under the bus. But this man never mentioned anything as regards the club. He said it's been the worst 48 hours in the club. He has not made any reference to anybody. You understand? He's been having a poor run. He had a final relief. So why do people think that he's laying claims to the club? Even though he's laying claims to the club, it doesn't mean that he didn't point it out. Compared to Salah's own, where he said that somebody in the team, somebody in the club is throwing me under the bus.
Okay, let me put it this way so that you can read it very well, Bamba. Now imagine you come on the show one day, we are doing sport echoes and all of that, and then you're like, with everything I've been doing here since I got to Melody FM, the last 48 hours has been the most difficult 48 hours for me. They don't support me. Are you going to be talking to the listeners at home that they don't support you?
See, it's a different scenario.
It's the same scenario.
Coming out after loss or 4 games not winning back to back when everybody is used to Chelsea winning.
And then he came out to say that after a win.
And he finally had a win.
And then he starts saying that.
Definitely, because he's not been having a fantastic run.
Are you saying Enzo Maresca was misunderstood? That he wasn't talking to the owners and he was talking to the fans?
You know what I don't like is why you guys speculated as the owners. You understand?
It's the owners. It's clear. It's in the news. What's it called? Verified sources made it clear to us that his relationship with the owners has deteriorated.
See,
there's a lot of things going wrong. He said he doesn't like the fact that when he needed a centre back, he didn't get the centre back for him, and all of that is managing. Yeah,
is that in the news?
This is from verified sources. Now, they are Chelsea. You know why? They are Chelsea guys that they use in the media. They are Chelsea guys that they use in the media. These are the guys that give the news that are not in the open media.
Daniel, I've seen all of those reports. You know, there's a reason why you play the clip. The clip is for people to analyze based on that.
We do this job not only to feed people what they already know.
Daniel, wait.
We can't be telling people what's already in. This is
what you are bringing to me that after this clip, that was where the old trouble started. To the clubs, to the fans. But what I'm trying to say is, he finally had a relief. I'm not trying to say he wasn't speaking to the club management. He wasn't speaking to anybody. But he had a terrible run, and finally he got a win, and it is decided to speak like that. See, it would have been different if he was having a good run. When against Barcelona, he comes out to say, even though I won this game, it's been the worst 48 hours of my job. Then you can now try to pick one or two things.
Using that very word, that very phrase.
You understand? You can try to point out that, okay, so far so good. He's winning games. Who are those people still complaining? Well, that's when you can boil down to maybe the management. But he's been having a poor run
since you believe in hearing it from the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
I hope down the line, it's not even about hope. It always happens. Down the line, as the year goes by, we are going to hear from the man himself. Maresca is going to tell the start of the story sometimes later in this
Daniel, honestly speaking, it's just January 1 and it's in the heat of the moment. Subsequently, January, if he gets a club, it's off.
It's off, but at one point, he's going to say what really went wrong at Chelsea. Every manager always does. So let's go to Facebook now and read some comment there. He said, Shemilore Adeni, he said, my regards to Preaching the Finest. Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year to you too, Shemilore. And of course, he's saying, watching you from Akwete. And Henry Adeyinka Ario is saying, if person tell me, say, Chelsea go first, Man United and Liverpool, they find new coach. I no go believe him. He said, true. Life no be like Gary. Imagine as others they find house rent. For this new year, Chelsea they find new coach. I don't know what you're talking about, eh? Is this your analysis? He said, as others they shout Happy New Year, Chelsea fans go they find new coach. And even as one they come fit first Ruben Amorim come out for the team. Okay, he said Chelsea are now winless. They are coachless, and their hope of to beat Manchester City on Sunday is now hopeless. I am speechless. That is from Jola Shario. Go and write a book, okay? You should go and write a book. This is all your literature. And he said, Happy New Year. Thank you so much, Jola Shario. Now, it's going to be all about Chelsea today, but not going to be entirely about them because we've got Nigeria playing game next, and we're going to review that Nigeria game. Chelsea now are in the market. There is a what's it called? Reservoir from, that's what Chelsea fans have been calling him. Rosenier from Strasbourg. He's coached Derby after when Rooney left the place. He's currently in Strasbourg. He's been doing well. Blue Co are together. Strasbourg and Chelsea are together. They sort of make changes back and forth.
Yeah.
Now, he's the leading candidate. After which we have the likes of Oliver Glasner. We've got Fabregas been linked with a move to Chelsea, and a couple of other managers. What do you think is going to come to Chelsea's rescue at this time?
Honestly speaking, I think.
Or if you're a manager, will you want the Chelsea job now?
Why not? I mean, it's big. It's a big job.
And it pays big.
Definitely. But right now in the world of football, they are not top managers
who are free.
Yes, most of them have a job right now. They are only young coaches that you have to give them time to develop. Just like what Chelsea
did with Maresca.
And
so you think Chelsea is about to run the circle again?
Because they are not available top coaches. Is Pep Guardiola in the market? Is George, or maybe Jurgen Klopp? But can they convince a Jurgen Klopp to come and coach?
Come and coach a rival club.
You understand? But if Chelsea wants to be result oriented, if they really want to get results every time, you cannot be sacking managers like this.
Okay.
You can't continue to sack managers. If you want results every time, you can't continue to sack managers. Right. So the available one, Strasbourg manager currently is young. He's about 43 years. The squad is a young squad too. Maybe they can as well go with the Strasbourg manager. But currently, Strasbourg are doing well, and it's being owned by Todd Bowley. Does he want? I understand that his major market is Chelsea, but does he want Strasbourg to just really fail? Because when you switch manager for a team that are just coming up, just trying to get themselves in the French Ligue 1, and all of a sudden you're taking their manager to Chelsea and bringing, it's going to really affect the team. You're going to see the performance of Strasbourg. So do they want to lose on both sides? That's something to consider. But Olivier Glasner, for me, I love that man so much. With how we changed the terrain of Crystal Palace, that's another manager they can look out for because he's known the Premier League. You know, some managers like Olivier Glasner, maybe they just want a top position like Chelsea Football Club to actually showcase what they can do right there in the Premier League. So maybe Glasner for me. The man Rosenior, I really don't want that Strasbourg team to just collapse. Like what they are doing, just like Como. If they take away Fabric, it's gonna really affect the team for a team that is just coming up. So definitely, Glasner would be a perfect fit for Chelsea if they want to get a manager right now.
All right, the studio line will be open now. I want you to react to this Chelsea breaking news. They are not without a manager, and someone is making a joke of Chelsea here. He said Chelsea. The breaking news is that Chelsea is now being linked with Benedict George. He said Chelsea are trying to find what are the options for them to sign Finidi George. This man is just distributing money everywhere. The Udogo of Melody. let's Sport Marshal grab you there. You know what it is. Okay, now they are also okay. Let me open the studio line 07025201007. 07055071007. What do you have to say? Chelsea losing their manager at this time of the season and of course on the first day of the year. Is it the manager's fault or the owner's fault? What's the way forward for Chelsea? Now, there's also a report that there's a proof. There's no proof, of course, of Enzo Maresca because all of the things they said is that he was violating the medical protocols. Now, many of the players that they were managing, like likes of Reece James, was playing 90 minutes of games back to backs, and the medical staff are like, this is not how we want to manage these injury players. So many allegations they are trying to put up against the man. And of course, there's also a statement by a very close friend of the Coban, who said there was a certain day that Enzo Maresca came to the training ground with his little boy, and then he was asked, "Is this a new signing?" jokingly, and then he said, "Yes, my new centre back." Which means the manager has been crying for a centre back. So someone made a joke at him and then he said something like that. So it's been on for a while. But well, let's talk about Nigeria and the games going down in AFCON. We've seen the appearance so far. this morning we look at the PRN round of 16 in AFCON, and believe me, honestly, everyone is like, wow, this is sweet. I don't know, because some of these round of 16 games, you have to actually give it to the fact that many of these guys did not disappoint.
Yeah,
talk about making it, the top guns. I didn't see any shocker. Maybe we can say the likes of Gabon. We can call them a shock a bit, but still we will call them a shock because of the names that are there, not because the team as a whole. So let's look at the round of 16. The Mali taking on Tunisia, Senegal will be taking on Sudan, Egypt, Benin Republic, Cote d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, Mozambique, Algeria, DR Congo, Morocco, and Tanzania, South Africa, and Cameroon. Which one is the toughest one? Finance put me on the spot this morning. For you, which one is the toughest one here?
Okay, in terms of the pairing,
yeah,
Algeria, DR Congo.
That was what I said to this morning,
Tough.
And whoever wins here will be the next opponent of Nigeria.
Nigeria, yeah.
That's if Nigeria get to beat Mozambique.
Definitely will beat
Okay. All right, which one is it? Who got the easiest round of 16 fixture?
A round of 16 fixture, it has to be Senegal.
Senegal, Sudan.
Yeah.
What about Morocco, Tanzania? I feel like it's more. Like
It's also cheap, but Senegal with the squad that they boast
against Sudan, they don't stand a chance.
It's going to be easy.
It's going to be easy. All right, now from there, let's go. Actions are, of course, going down tonight in the Premier League, and we must have a bite at what we expect tonight, because Arsenal might have, topped the Premier League table with 5 points coming into New Year. Well, Man City, they have a thing to say about that tonight when they face Arsenal, and when they face Sunderland tonight. Actions going down tonight in the English Premier League. Of course, it's already going down between Crystal Palace and Fulham. It's still goalless in the 25th minute of the game. Liverpool and Leeds United, of course, is still goalless, of course, in the 26th minute of the game. But of course, by 9 p.m., Manchester City will be going to Stadium of Light to take on Sunderland. What do you expect of this game?
For Man City, they've been on fire.
Because we know these Sunderland guys, they are trouble.
Yeah, they are trouble, but when you look at their last two games, they've had 2 draws. It goes to show that the AFCON, the guys that they
lost a lot of players.
Yes, about 7 of them.
But they are still currently 7th on the table.
But you would see that the AFCON has really affected them, because this is a side that before now they were having wins. They had a win against Newcastle. It was quite shocking. So it has really affected them. 7 players, about 7 of them have gone to the AFCON. The likes of Sadiki with DR Congo, a couple of other things. For Man City, they've been on a fantastic run.
Yeah.
Apart from Ait Nouri, there's no other player.
That they will be missing.
They will be missing. And before now, Pep Guardiola has actually adjusted to using another left back before now. And we know how crazy Man City had from January to the end of the season. So maybe another win for the Pep Guardiola's Man City.
So you feel they can cause an upset?
No upset.
There's not going to be a draw.
3-0.
Wow. All right, that's Bam Bam right there giving you what he does. Like we call it sure something.
Don't put your money here.
Okay, he's making a disclaimer now. Now, of course, let's look at the games that will be going down tomorrow in the AFCON. Yes, the round of 16 is already, starting tomorrow. Oh, it's next tomorrow, sorry. On Saturday, yes. And the first of those games will be that game between Senegal and Sudan, Tunisia and Mali. What did you expect from especially Tunisia and Mali for me?
For Tunisia and Mali, Tunisia did incredibly well in their first game. That was against Uganda. I mean, I was really scared for Nigeria when they were set to face Nigeria in the second game. They disappointed me because Nigeria had not just winning, they had a share of possession, the highest share of possession. And in their third game against Tanzania, they had a draw, which was quite shocking too. But for Mali, I wouldn't say they had an impressive run because it was all draw for them against Comoros. 1-1, 0-0, I beg your pardon. Against Morocco, it was 1-1. Against Zambia, it was 1-0. So they've not won any game so far in the AFCON. They qualified to the next round with just 3 points. So for me, both teams are even in terms of their performance. Maybe just against Uganda, that was where Tunisia. So maybe a draw at the end of 90 minutes, we can see them play extra time and head into penalties.
So you think there's not going to be trouble when Nigeria faces Mozambique?
Easy now.
Straight win. Okay. All right, guys. We'll be calling it a wrap, of course, on the first of this cruise show right here this year on Melody 100.7 FM. You know how we do it. After the first segment comes the second segment, where the man with a lot of shillers We come to entertain you. He's got loads of things for you guys this, of course, evening. So you have to stick with your radio set. And for those of you who won prize yesterday, you called in and then you predict, and you picked the question and you won. Don't worry, the Nature's Finest is going to come and dole out the prize. Yes, Abba is listening to me now. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening at home and he's like, what are you saying, Daniel? What have you done? Well, okay, what I did is I came here yesterday and I did give away end of the year party in your name. I know my guy is worth it now. Penny Mike, is it worth it?
It's worth it.
So, okay, it's true. So, don't worry, tomorrow, on the cruise show, you will get, of course, your prize. It's nothing big. It's nothing big. So, till I see you again tomorrow morning on, of course, Melody Sunrise. I'm yours, night and faithful Daniel Adeyemi. See you tomorrow and have a wonderful evening.
From Melody 100.7 FM, Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. The time is 7 p.m.
Melody
100.7.
a big vibe, the girls them know. I'm a piano, it's a big vibe, the girls them know. You see me coming, they shout hallelujah. Every day, beat me like a booyah. Overseas, they want chop me like suya. I know big dog, but this booyah. Tired to crazy, they dance like this. I'm on my list, they cook, they freeze you. They call me Mr. Money for no reason. I see they go, I'm a piano. We go show, we go let them go. Now we run the town and then they show that than any fool, so that than any fool. Bad man flows, put them on their toes. On the low, I can't tell you. My baby short, that's anti-jam. Colorado, pass me the fat. I'm a piano, it's a big vibe, but the girls them know. Steadily. I'm a piano, it's a big vibe, but the girls them know. No, every I guess it. Chasing my dream because I know one love I do my love, but I'm got to teach of love. Everyone see that I come alone, no they find anybody, no money I want. But they care what to people they talk. What if me I can't get it enough? This is life for now, I know better, another one I go think I do waiting I love, waiting you love. Waiting I love, I go do that's why show me love, I will show you more. We say, yeah, shake it, for Friday, it's like a man from the Lord, but I'm got to Shamana. Everyone see that you come and let me to find anybody, now money I want. You're waiting people they talk, what's it be, I can't tell it enough. This is life and I wanna get another one, I go take and do it till I love. Wait till you love, wait till I love, I go vodka. Oh, I know the waste time. Sit together, look on the waste time. You sorry, brother. I'm a young nigga, sorry. Baby, make you no go to me, never make you no go to me, la 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 la. Tell I love you, but make I hold you on like you shama, la 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 la. Can't do you look like a bamboo? She got to jail. Oh, oh, no say we get together. Give me one, give me kiss, I'ma love you forever. Girl, I love you, that make I hold you on. There's too many things on my mind, why you take away on my body? What's the reason why I'm so disturbed? Show the buzz that you right now, na 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 na. Baby, make you no go to me, never I beg you no go to me, la 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 la. Girl, I love you, mama, and I hold you, I like you, la 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 la. I know she love me like a bamboo. She got no dress sentimentally, fundamentally. You dey use body experimentally. My love go bamboo, eyes all over me. Any other love is a counterfeit, oh. I'ma give all my team. Don't let nobody come between. You are my best friend, more than me. Oh, me like that, oh, I know say we get together. Give me one, give me kiss, I'ma love you forever. Tell I love you, that make I hold you on. There's too many things on my mind, why you take away on my body? What's the reason why I'm so disturbed? Show the buzz that you right now, na 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 na. Baby, make you no go to me, never I beg you no go to me, la 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 la. Tell I love you, make I hold you on like shama, la 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 la. I know she look me like a bamboo. She got no dress for you. I swear to God I'm lucky. See your tattoo color be. I do for you. What I need. Kiki. You love me, cause I love me. I did on the GPS, but still free. Baby, if not you, hold me like that. Oh, no, say we get together. Give me one, give me kiss, I'ma love me forever. Girl, I love you, that make I hold you on. There's too many things on my mind, why you take away on my body? What's the reason why I'm so disturbed? Because you might not be, oh na 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 na. Make you no go to me, no go la 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 la. Girl, I love you, but make I hold you on like la 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 la. I got to go, I just show for my life and my work. Not fun, I could rise every time you fall. But back in my back and it's not my fault. I know the battles that I've been trying to win. Even in my lyrics you can't tell my fault. With my lyrics, you know they can't tell when I'm sick. Say I know need CV. Anytime I pull up on the TV, I do put them in the feet. You know they can't tell when they see me. Say I know need CV. Anytime I pull up on the TV, I do put them in the feet. I'm saying anything, and I'm not small something. Good night, just flow. And I'm saying anything, and I'm not small something. Good times, go for. Souvent tu doutes, tu te dis merde, je suis en brousse. Tu sais que les gens te guettent mais tu couvres. Les gens aussi ne savent pas ce que t'écouvres. Mais t'es un homme difficile que tu t'ouvres dans. Tu rigoles mais dans le fond t'es en rôle. Tu fais des balles et t'attends que ça récolte. Shogun, Bazarov dans le code. La vie c'est la plus grande des écoles. J'écris mes lyrics mais mes yeux sont ailleurs. Je suis sûr que la vie est fière de ma carrière. Souvent je fais leur faire mal mais c'est pas bien. On a fait le tour du monde, c'est pas rien. Toujours focus dans l'esprit, c'est pas même genre. Tu sais que ça sera pour mon Pokémon. Tu es fort, je te gueule dans le but. Les trophées n'ont pas fini de remplir mon salon. C'est anonyme, c'est fini. Anytime I pull up on the TV, I put them in the feet. You know they got down when they see me. C'est anonyme, c'est fini. Anytime I pull up on the TV, I put them in the feet. I'm saying anything, and I'm not a small something. Good night, just flow. And I'm saying anything, and
right, it's another beautiful time again to talk entertainment right here on Melody 100.7 FM. Happy New Year and Happy New Month to all our listeners out there. It's a lot to talk about in the ever exciting and ever buzzing world of entertainment. And for those listening to us for the first time, yes, the cruise show is in two segments. The first for sport, Daniel and I just did justice to that, and the second segment for entertainment. And it's a lot to talk about in the world of entertainment. Celebrities, the likes of Burna Boy, Ashaki, like Z would always call him, Asaki. So Ashake is also in the news. Toyin Abraham, Funke Akindele, Beyonce. It's a lot to talk about today on the program. All right, I'm Akin Bobola, Egunfemi. Welcome aboard. Now, talking about New Year, Nigerian celebrities have taken to the internet to celebrate the New Year, sharing glimpses of their festive holiday moments. Now, while appreciating God for the grace to witness another year, some of them also share their New Year resolution and goals. Now, speaking in an appreciation post on Instagram, Nollywood actress and filmmaker Toyin Abraham revealed a goal for the new year. Now, taking a quote, she said, "Happy New Year, my amazing family. Thank you for standing by me, riding with me, and supporting the Toyin Abraham Ajayemi brand through it all. I'm deeply grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. This year is no distractions, just focus, growth, and more strength. Let's go out there in 2026. Also, we've got actor Stanley Ajemba, popularly known as Stanley on Top. He wrote about the lesson learned from 2025 and his resolution for the year 2026. He said, "I learned a lot in 2025. I won't allow it to happen again. Happy New Year, family." And for Davido, Baba Olowo, he shared a short video with his wife on Instagram story on Thursday. This afternoon, yes, he said, "The best year with my loving wife at Chef Chi," that's Chi Oma, and Destiny Etiko in a video shared on her Instagram page. She said, Happy New Year. Yes, we all made it to 2026. 2025 was just like yesterday, and now we are in 2026. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. A lot of people couldn't make it, but we made it. It's going to be our best year. Amen." For actress Iriti Doyle, she wrote on her Instagram story, "We move by faith and not by sight. 2026, let's go." For actress Abimpe Oyebade, who announced she's ready with God in 2026, she revealed that her goal is to part ways with entitled people around her. And she said that 2026, I'm ready with God. 2026, my goals in 2025, I dumped ungrateful people. In 2026, entitled people will join the wagon. And for Moyo Lawal, the actress, she said, "Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much. The worst has already happened to me. I'm flipping the switch and I'm looking forward to entirely new character and adventure. I hope you go on this adventure with me and not judge me." And talking about the young TikToker Pella, while appreciating God for saving him from a recent accident, he noted that the incident nearly took his life. And taking his quote, he said, "Happy big new year to us. Thank you, God, for the life. Now so I see him for 2026. Happy New Year to you all, my lovely supporters. And to the haters, thank you also for the support in 2025, 2026. He remained, we are about to change the game. And I for no enter this year. Thank you, God. I'm happy," he wrote on Instagram. And there are a lot of social media critics like Isaac Afayoshe, who shared a photo of him celebrating the New Year in Morocco, and he wrote on Instagram, "Happy New Year with love from Morocco." And on behalf of Melody 100.7 FM, Happy New Year and Happy New Month to all our listeners out there. All right, leaving that story and straight to Ashake. Yes, Spotify says Afrobeat superstar Ashake will curate its African Eats playlist for an exclusive New Year Eve takeover as the world ushers into 2026. So Spotify's head of music for Sub-Saharan Africa, Fiona Okumu, who disclosed this in a statement released on Wednesday in Lagos. She said that the collaboration will feature Ashake's chart-topping song alongside defining sounds from across the African continent. She added that African Eats would capture the energy and confidence of contemporary African music, offering fans a high-energy soundtrack to welcome the new year. And taking a quote, she said, having Ashake as a cover reflects the kind of artist shaping how African sounds move through the world, rooted at home but resonating everywhere. That's how big Ashake is. Fantastic artist. I love his song so much. Recently, he was at the school, that's OAU, or Bafemi Awolowo University. I saw the VC of the school. He gave Ashake his card. Call me directly. That's how big you are. That's how big Ashake is. Big ups to Ashake. Hopefully, we're going to see more from him in 2026. Right now, he's in Nigeria, having amazing fans around him, going for shows. And we're open to see more from Ashake. I call him Ashake the singer. Now, still talking about Spotify. Yes, according to our African Eats, which boasts of 1 million followers, has evolved from a playlist in a global movement, serving as a key platform for African artists to reach new audiences, while spotlighting the continent's most influential songs and cultural milestone. Still talking about Ashake, one of the most streamed artists on Spotify in Sub-Saharan Africa, fronting the playlist, the takeover celebrates the expanding global footprint of African music on the world stage. And she noted that the choice of Ashake reflects its dominance over the past years, marked by multiple era-defining albums and sold-out international arena tours. So Ashake for Spotify this year, 2026, just big, already topping. It's a new year, and Ashake is already doing big for himself. Like I said, expecting so much from the likes of Ashake, Burna Boy, Davido, Wizkid, and a couple of other guys. Yes, Ribina, and there's other artists doing well for themselves right there in Nigeria. Rema also, not to forget that big man right there, doing well for himself. Hopefully they take Nigeria into El Dorado when it comes to entertainment. Because when it comes to Nollywood, you talk about music, you have to give it to these guys. They're taking Nigeria on the global map. And not just the guys, the ladies too, Aya Star. And a couple of others too. Chidima, you talk about Yemi Alade. These are the ones firing Nigeria in all cylinders when it comes to entertainment. Big ups to them. And not just Ashake doing so well, Burna Boy has hit a new milestone as his I Told Them tour recently made history as the highest grossing tour by an African artist ever. And this was confirmed by tour tracking technology, stating that the I Told Them tour earned $30.5 million from 302,801 tickets sold in 22 shows across Europe and North America. For Burna Boy, he also broke the record for the highest grossing concert by any African artist in history, with a $6.147 million from 58,973 tickets sold at London Stadium in London on June 29, 2024 as part of the I Told Them tour. This new milestone for the singer has helped set a new benchmark for the continent's cultural export. For the I Told Them tour, it earned $15.19 million in revenue from 152,378 tickets sold in 16 shows in North America. It generated $15.27 million from 150,423 sold in 6 years and 6 shows in Europe. Right there, it's just milli, no thousand. How big Burna Boy is. And for American singer Taylor Swift,
our era star, still holds the record for the highest grossing music tour of all time, with $2 billion in revenue from 149 shows over 21 months. I'm not going to compare. There's difference between million and billion. Billion definitely is on top. 2 billion compared to 15 million. That's a lot. That's why Taylor Swift tour still holds the record for the highest gross music tour right there for Burna Boy. Or one day, maybe in Nigeria, we're going to get to that level where we have somebody with 1 billion, and maybe we're going to be top 3 in the world, because I mean what Taylor Swift is doing. But when you look at the number of shows, 149 shows compared to 6 shows in Europe, and she did it in 21 months. For Burna Boy, I beg your pardon, it was 16 shows, and American singer Taylor Swift 149 shows. I mean, there's a clear difference. Trying to play the math, maybe if he has done 100, it would have been close, but 15 million compared to 2 billion, that's massive. Either ways, Burna Boy doing well for Africa, and Taylor Swift doing well for the whole world, because I mean 2 billion is a lot. But today is all about celebrating African artists, what they did 2025 and a couple of other years. So we have to just talk about how big Burna Boy is. Most recently, he's been having issues when it comes to tour. I never expected that Burna Boy was going to have this massive number, because there was a particular time he had to chase a fan away from his show because the lady, I guess, was sleeping, and a particular country also chased Burna Boy away. There were reports that people were not going to come for his tour and all of it because of his recent behaviors when it comes to appearing on tour. There's another clip of him matching a particular fan who tried to hug him on the show. And you would imagine that Burna Boy is not going to have this number, but it goes to show how big this man is. Amazing song. Less Ashake. Burna Boy is one artist I resonate with so well. I tell people that Burna Boy, when it comes to the big 3 that people like to talk about, is my favorite, because his songs, I can literally link lifestyle. You can get to particular words. He doesn't just talk about maybe women, shake your bum, or a couple of other things. He goes to talk about real facts. You listen to African Giant album, it's just really, really top. I love Burna Boy so much. Maybe just character-wise, that's where the issue lies. But when it comes to music, Burna Boy is top. You talk about Ashake, Wizkid, Burna Boy, Davido, so talented. I remember my first time ever listening to Burna Boy when I was pretty young, secondary school. If you never see Landlord, Yawad. And it transitioned into giving us songs like in the African Giants album. One of the things you have to give Burna Boy is longevity, as well as the likes of Wizkid, Davido. 2012, 2013, that's when they started. And look at them, after 10, 15 years, they're still doing well. And 2026, heading to 2026, I'm certain these top guys will not relent and still give us very good music right there. Before I take all those stories, let's head back to the music while I play amazing songs for you. So keep it locked right here on Melody 100.7 FM.
What's up?
Madam, I beg, I just do. Madam, breeze the enter. Abi, want make I help you raise the blind?
Near me.
Ah, madam.
Thank you for your peaceful cooperation.
Got treat you nice, I go do you well. Full package, you be tempted. They know they see your tab around, but these days, anybody for me, they make mistake. Too sweet, give me jelly like a cheesecake. You want them, calling, and send these babes. Say, Waza, I will like this. You got what I want, to I give you. I be your boy for your matter. Nobody not in this matter. You can make sure we'll be happy. Yes, you know me, my shit back on. Now you are the see for my future. But I made the see for the future. You are no other picture. Cut them shit. I'm not chilling. But I like story. I'm thinking the last song, last is good to I can still be my baby. Oh, boss, my baby. Sunday, oh, my baby. Come and see me, God, my baby. Thank God for this Sunday, hallelujah, I'm checking on you, lójoojúmọ́. Níbi ìwà kú sí mi ò lọlé mọ́. When ready, I'm ready, oh. I'm begging you, simple as I be, give me brain tomorrow. So come be my first date, oh. And when it's not you, I'm allergic, oh. I'm on my way with truth. Would you take with me? I'll miss you, my little day with me. I'll see through. To Baba be killing no be voodoo. I light up my day from far away. Family be right, me like you. Anytime I wake up, she said, "Tell it like that." Like caricature, I talk, go be a better. Family life, every night, you. Anytime I wake up, she said, "Tell it like that." Like caricature, I talk, go be a better. Why you acting up? Oh, kilo day, why you don't need more? Forgot about love, now my heart's up, oh, my lady, oh, if you come with me, you make baby so. I just gotta let you know, there's no reason why I should let you go. With truth, would you take with me? I'll miss you, my little day with me. I'll see through. To Baba me doing no be voodoo. I light up my day from far away. Family me like you. Believe God, we can pray you. Anytime I wake up, she said that they like you. Like caricature, I talk, go be after you. Family me like you. She take everything last for now. I need to say you like me, babe. I know you like to show you nice for me. You know before she talks me, I never see sweet everything like Anna. My baby from my back, you wash me out. La la la, you look me, you feel spaghetti. Show my jet polo, I put like spicy food. Show up your cat, I put me, baby, cow outside me. Show me around me. She like without you from you. She walk out like this better. The house shine on me go. Straight from Panda to Seta. Shalom, I'm off on my bread, they want me dead. I'm never scared, nah, nah. Always ahead, always prepared. Don't know if you do, nada. Make them miss me with that bullshit. I don't want no drama. I know they like to live, eventually leave it to karma. Waiting I do, ain't got no clue. I want this every. I just want to enjoy this life and no one will let you. Only cool, giant times two. Allow me to fast. Time I want to be good, living life to the max, to be too dope. When I show all of them what my motto, what my soul, to be play, tell the DJ make it replay, if you just keep making video, I told this house on the video, I could this girl, waiting I do, ain't got no clue, I won't never prove, I just want to try this life and no one to let through, only cool, giant times two, allow me to fast.
Good boy.
Early mountain. Ayọ̀ tó wà níbàdàn, bàbá jẹ́ kó dá a padà wá. Ayọ̀ tó gbọ́dọ̀ síbàdàn, bàbá wa dá a padà wá. Olúwa dá a padà wá. Ẹ bá dá a padà wá. Bá mi gbọ́ mi tí mo gbé kaná wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tó bá lọ lé ojú máa padà wá ká tún gbé fún ara wa. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ládùúgbò mi àwọn ọmọ nílé wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tabalẹ̀ nìkẹ́ni tó fọ́fẹ́ nìkẹ́ni kọ́ lọ ríra wọn. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Obodo dey look go get my money, I no dey play with anybody. Shebi na money go turn you to man, my brother no be by Gucci, but Gucci, Ferrari, Versace, and Fendi, Ferragamo on my body. Wọ́n ní mo ti ra Louis gan, wọ́n lọ show me. Bá mi gbọ́ mi tí mo gbé kaná wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tó bá lọ lé ojú máa padà wá ká tún gbé fún ara wa. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ládùúgbò mi àwọn ọmọ nílé wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tabalẹ̀ nìkẹ́ni tó fọ́fẹ́ nìkẹ́ni kọ́ lọ ríra wọn. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, àti mọ́ra wa. Yeah, 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 On the flight to the PG to Republic of Benin. On the call you my phone say she want the up there. When down go there. She the way down go there. The money long go like down go there. Tata Aminu Abubakar, all of them are my guys. I know the way you see my back, I got you surprised. Why? Money plenty for my hand. Die. My lights, they shine for nights. Bá mi gbọ́ mi tí mo gbé kaná wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tó bá lọ lé ojú máa padà wá ká tún gbé fún ara wa. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, and tomorrow yeah, 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 yeah. Ládùúgbò mi àwọn ọmọ líle wọ́n ti fẹ́ wojú ara wọn. Tabalẹ̀ ní kẹ́ni tó fẹ́ ní kẹ́ni kọ́ lórí ra wọn. Ṣé you get the money, me I get the money, and tomorrow yeah, 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 yeah,
Alright, that was Dago Pay by Wandy Cole. Alright, leaving the music straight to Nollywood. The Nollywood title Over Sabi Ante, produced by actress Tony Abraham, has raced past the 380 million naira milestone just 11 days after debuting in cinemas. Now, according to Film One Entertainment, it was disclosed that the box office performance via its official X, formerly known as Twitter account, ailing the movie's momentum as an over-sabi box office takeover. Verified figures released by distributors show that the film had generated 382 million, I beg your pardon, and 897,436 as of 3 p.m. on December 29, 2025, with takings still rising. The update also confirmed that Over Sabi Ante finished as the second highest grossing movie of the weekend. And according to Film One, the comedy drama also recorded Nollywood's second biggest opening of 2025, underscoring its strong pull among cinema audiences nationwide. And the quotes right there at Film One, it said Over Sabi Ante with an Over Sabi box office takeover. What best for a reason? Thank you, West Africa. Thank you for showing up big. The post I read. The distributor added that the viewer response has exceeded expectations, describing the turnout as unreal, and urged film lovers to keep supporting the title in cinemas across the countries. So big ups to Tony Abraham for pulling that one over Sabi Ante right up there. Not just Tony Abraham doing so well in Nollywood, Funke Akindele, Nollywood actress and filmmaker Funke Akindele latest cinema release, Behind the Scenes, has crossed the 1 billion mark at the box office. 1 billion, setting multiple records and consolidating its status as one of the most commercially successful films in Nigerian cinema history. Wow. I'm not surprised though. This woman, when it comes to Nollywood and producing movies, when it comes to acting generally, she's top. Grew up watching Jennifer's Diary and a couple of other movies that Funke Akindele has featured. I'm not surprised. Jennifer's Diary, Ayete Rukon, all of those popular movies right there while I was growing up. I mean, she's top when it comes to movie. She's a lawyer and also doing well when it comes to filmmaking and movie. The milestone was disclosed by Film One Entertainment in a post shared on its X page on Monday, where the distributor described the achievement as historic, unprecedented within the West African film industry. According to Film One, Behind the Scenes is now the fastest film in West Africa to gross over 1 billion and also recorded the highest single-day box office gross ever on Boxing Day, earning 129 million. And taking their quotes, that's Film One. They said fastest film in West Africa to cross 1 billion. The distributor said, adding that the movie also delivered the highest single-day gross over on Boxing Day, and that's 129 million. The company further announced that the film has emerged as the highest grossing theatrical release of 2025 so far, maintaining strong momentum weeks after its cinema debut. And Film One also highlighted the record-breaking run of Film's creative lead, Funke Akindele, noting that the latest sources further extend her dominance at the Nigerian box office. The distributor described Funke Akindele as the only director to cross 1 billion plus at the box office 3 times and Nollywood's highest gross producer of all time. Now, talking about behind the scenes, the movie had its advanced screenings on December 10 and 11 before officially opening in cinemas nationwide on December 12. It went on to record one of the strongest opening weekends of the year, crossing the 200 million mark within days of release. At the time, Film One described the performance as the biggest opening weekend of 2025, noting that the film also set opening weekend records, including the highest weekend admissions recorded in a year, 512 at the box office, highest grossing Nollywood film of 2025, fastest Nollywood movie to hit 500 million, number one film of the weekend, all in one in all for Funke Akindele, doing so well for herself right there. I mean, trust, when we are doing so well in music, we're also doing well when it comes to filmmaking. Then the whole of entertainment in Africa is all about Nigeria. You go to TikTok, it's all about Nigeria. Highest streaming in Africa, that brava, Kata Efe taking over. I've seen the likes of foreign artists, Wale, different people, Davido supporting. When it comes to entertainment, football, gradually taking over. Maybe when it comes to football, we are gradually losing our stance. But in entertainment, filmmaking, music, talk about anything, streaming. In fact, watching on TikTok, now Nigeria, they do that one. When it comes to our ladies seeing videos on TikTok, it's all about Nigeria. You have to give it to Nigerians right there. And also big ups to Funke Akindele as well as Toyin Abraham taking Nollywood to El Dorado right there. All right, leaving Nollywood and straight to the foreign scene, Grammy award-winning singer Beyonce has become a billionaire following the massive commercial success of her recent music projects and global tours, placing her among a small group of entertainers to reach the milestone, according to a post by Forbes. On Monday, the 44-year-old singer earned the status after a highly profitable 2025 driven by a Cowboy Carter album, a world tour, and a business ventures, making her the 5th musician to become a billionaire alongside Jay-Z, Taylor Swift, Bruce Springsteen, and Rihanna right out there. The magazine said Beyonce's financial leap followed years of steady growth, highlighted by Rihanna's world tour in 2023, which grossed nearly $600 million, and the Cowboy Carter tour in 2025, which generated more than $400 million in ticket sales and an estimated $50 million in merchandise revenues. Forbes reported that Beyonce earned an estimated $148 million in 2025 before taxes, ranking her as the world tour highest paid musician for the year. Much of her wealth stems from her decision to take full control of her career through Parkwood Entertainment, the company she founded in 2010. Parkwood manages and produces her music, films, and also tours, allowing her to retain ownership rights and higher profit margin. Now, taking her quote, she said, "When I decided to manage myself, it was important that I didn't go to some big management company." And that was Beyonce when she said that in an interview in 2013. She also said that I felt like I wanted to follow the steps of Madonna and be a powerhouse and have my own empire. For Beyonce music, Beyonce explained and expanded into other ventures, including hair care brand, whiskey label, formal clothing line, and a couple of others. So she's not just a billionaire just because, she's into music. She's got other brands, businesses. She has a clothing line. She has a drink label. She has hair care brand. A couple of other things. To be billionaire, no be more. Many people ask it, the likes of Davido, Wizkid, I mean, they are millionaires. They are not billionaires. I just listed the artists that are billionaires, the likes of Jay-Z. And Jay-Z is a husband. Billionaire husband, billionaire wife. Bobola also, at this point in time, I have to also, honestly speaking. But it goes to show how a man and a woman can be doing well and they can be husband and wife. Maybe in Africa, sometimes we get to see one depending on the other. But this time, both of them, billionaires, they've got money in their accounts. No stress. If they depart, I mean, they're still going to be billionaires at the end of the day. So big ups to Beyonce. Hopefully we get to see Africans like the likes of Davido. He claims to be Omo Babawolo. But at this point in time, maybe Davido will have to bow down for the likes of Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Rihanna, and amongst all of them, Jay-Z is the guy. So Jay-Z, Omo Babawolo at this point in time. But Jay-Z worked for his money. I understand that it's the owner of the money. Davido claims that it's his daddy's money. That's why it's Omo Babawolo. So if I'm Jay-Z's son, bragging right too. It's not easy to be this breezy. All right, that's a wrap on the second segment of the cruise show. Special thanks to the guys doing justice at the engineering, Moses, Daniel Adeyemi, Omo Iyaileso, my partner in crime, and also Adenike Adesoye doing justice, and also to the management, the producer, first of all, Pretty the Finest, Adegoke, thank you, and also the general manager of Melody 100.7 FM, Eniola Afolabi, the sports marshal. All right, until later tomorrow on the cruise segment, when I come your way again, I'm Akim Bobola, Egofemi. Good evening.
Melody 100.7 FM. Melody 100.7 FM.
I love this station, Melody 100.7 FM.
100.7. 100.7.
Melody
100.7.
Àkókò ìtùnú, hours of comfort. Ètò àkókò ìtùnú ti balẹ̀ kà lórí ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Lórí ètò yìí láti máa gbọ́rọ̀ Ọlọ́run ìwàásù tá a sì tún máa gbàdúrà. Ẹ pàdé Pastor Samuel Ọláníyì Ọbáfẹ́mi tìjọ Power of Restoration Prayer and Praise International CAC Ìlẹ̀ánú tó wà ní Ọlọ́runṣògo ẹ̀rìn Èjòkú Ìbàdàn ní gbogbo ọjọ́ àbámẹ́ta Sátidé láago 2:30 sí aago 3 kù ìṣẹ́jú márùndínlógún lórí ìkànnì Melody 100.7 FM Ìbàdàn. Àkókò ìtùnú, Jésù olùtùnú dúró dè ọ́.